buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty. I have a sense of urgency, a message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better. See, I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet next to me. I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. I can't contain it, I'm coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer. What you say? Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast. If you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot. Leave now. Run in your safe space. Get your little cloth for your tears. All the opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any local or government agency. Welcome to Motor Cop Chronicles podcast Friday night. We've only got one person in here right now. I think JoJo's in here. Hey, got a whole bunch of stories from Louisiana. I mentioned Wednesday that I was going to try to do this Friday night, and here I am. If I find a little sniffly, I went and cut some grass earlier, and my allergies are kicking my ass. Get the housekeeping out the way. If anyone likes a premium cigar, go to mypatriotcigar.com and use the promo code MotorCop15. You'll get 15% off, and you'll get some premium cigars. And if you order $100 or more, you will receive free shipping. If you want more of me, episodes, text, pictures, videos, all kind of stuff, go to Patreon, join up there. 3 different tiers. Most expensive one's $10, and I put out a lot of stuff every month. I just don't put out 1 or 2 episodes extra a month, so you get a lot of stuff for it. Here, if not, you don't have to. I'm going to continue putting out free stuff here also. I will say now, beginning there, I know 2 stories at least on here, and I'll say when it comes up that I will be talking about on I'll record something after this is over live and put it on Patreon. Extra stuff that I'm not going to put on here that I have personal knowledge of. So if you want to hear that stuff, you'll have to join the Patreon to hear about that stuff. Also, for this weekend, I did get some new stuff in, and it'll be for sale for the Patreons at cost. Monday, it'll go regular price. It's got this little lion right here with the logo on it. I think it's kind of cute. Look at him. I always say be the lion. It's a little lion with the Motor Cop Chronicles t-shirt. Just got him in today. He will be on the Etsy store at my cost. And I got this in, but I'm not putting it up for sale because I am not happy about it. And like I said before, I don't put stuff up that I am not happy about because I'm not going to sell something. This could have been a misprint. I don't know or whatever. But I had made these Duke the Dog's 20-ounce skinny tumblers right here. And you see right here, see how that did not print out properly right there? I don't know if it's just on this one or if all of them would be like that. So I'm not going to sell these. I may order another one and see if it comes out better, and if it don't, they definitely won't. But this is what I was trying to go for. It was a 20-ounce tall, skinny tumbler, Duke the Dog, when it actually has a real picture of Duke the Dog on it in 2 places. And, it says Duke the Dog, Motor Cop Chronicles, and Motor Wheel. But I just can't do it because it's got that. I don't want nobody to spend their money on something that isn't right. So we'll see about that one. But the Lions will be Monday, or Sunday evening. They will be on sale for everybody. They're just for Patreons for the weekend at my cost. After that, they go back up to regular price, which is probably only $1 or $2 more than what I pay anyway. But it's a little lion. Other than that, it was a decent week for me. Went and rigged some tickets and stuff. Wasn't too bad. I'm going to give an update on Freebird's dog, Lola. She did not have to have surgery after she had a CT scan. They said whatever she did to injure herself, her spinal cord or backbone was just inflamed. They said the swelling should go down with medicine, and that's good. She was supposed to come home today. I might have to just give him a ring real quick and see if she did, because just thought about it. I'm kind of curious. Mine's been kind of all over the place today, so let's see if he answers. He may be busy because Freebird is a very busy individual. Actually, he may be too busy in his nest with T-Bird. I don't think we're gonna get him. Nope.
Your call has been forwarded.
We didn't get him. Oh well, tried. But no, it is good news, and I'm glad for her, and I'm glad for him, and I'm glad for his pocketbook too, because it saved him thousands of dollars. And I'm just glad to think she's going to be okay. So, guess we'll get on to the stories. If anybody wants to call in, there's a number up there to call in. Just watch your mouth. Don't trying to get me banned or nothing, but that's the number to call in if anybody wants to call in. This first one we're going to talk about, they got this guy that he might be out partying. T-Bird is a very social butterfly, and so they're probably at a party somewhere, most likely. So you are correct, JoJo. This guy right here, he's from Georgia. He has been missing. He was down here. I don't know if he came down here for work reasons or let's see. They said the search continues for the Georgia man. He's been missing for over a week. He was in town on business. His poor wife, of course, she's freaking out, which, is, should be. His name is Nathan Millard. Nathan Millard, that's him. He's 42 years old. He flew into Baton Rouge from Atlanta, Georgia on February 22nd. His wife, Amber, spoke to him that evening. And he has been missing since then. They did come up and found a video or a picture out of the hotel or a casino of him. And that was the last thing anybody's ever seen of him. They said nobody knows he was staying they did find his phone near the corner of 7th Street and Florida Street, 4 blocks from the Courtyard Marriott where he was staying. It showed someone using his bank card at the Greyhound bus station, less than a mile away from the hotel, which I'm going to say that Greyhound bus station, I know where it's at. And I'm not going to frequent there. It's nasty. It's dangerous. It's not in a good part of town at all. Never made it back to his hotel. Still an open investigation on the sergeant, public information officer, Baton Rouge, said certain things surrounding this case have raised suspicion. Anyway, the guy right here, he's 5'9", 180 pounds. He was last seen wearing a green baseball cap, a black shirt, and blue jeans. I'm gonna say it, but I hate to say it. It don't sound like I'm any mental problems. Seriously had any drug problems. I wouldn't be. Don't appear to be. Somebody was seen using his debit card, so it's a good chance he was robbed and somebody might have killed him. Baton Rouge is not the safest place in the world, or safest place around here either. Besides New Orleans, it's extremely dangerous, and he was downtown. I hope they find him alive, but he's been missing for since February. Been quite a few weeks, and chances are he's not going to be found. I just hope they find him. Period. So at least his family can get some closure. I mean, he's a young guy. I'm sure he's got kids and stuff. I mean, it's sad, and somebody probably killed him just for some money because they're too lazy to go out and work themselves, which is sad. So let's hope for the best for that man and his family. Prepare for the worst. That's all you can do with that. All right. We're going to move on to another one. This man right here. This guy. He looks like a nice guy, don't he? Nope. Not the kind of guy you want for your neighbor, I can tell you that much. This guy right here is he's one of the city's most Baton Rouge City's most prolific drug dealers, and he just got arrested again after an undercover operation. He's got mean eyes, yeah, he does. Not the kind of guy you don't want to meet him in the dark alley, do you? But he just got rearrested on an undercover operation where he was selling fentanyl to confidential informants, according to East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office. Arrest documents show that his name is Frank Beauchamp. He was out on bond when all this happened. That's what freaking gets me. He was out on bond on 2 bonds. So he had been arrested twice before and got bonded out. So he's already looking at two other charges when he just got arrested. They said he sold fentanyl on 3 different occasions to a confidential informant this past month. The number of raids took place at the residence believed he used as his stash house. The sheriff's office detectives raided homes and a bank this month. They seized $120,000 in cash from a safety deposit box at Neighbors Federal Credit Union under his name. Another $27,000 in cash was found at his home on Avenue J. So he had a total of $147,000 cash that they found. They didn't tell him what else he has hidden. The cash that was found at the bank matched serial numbers that they had been, because when undercover or confidential informants buy drugs, they, in whatever cash money they use, they take pictures of it and they document all the serial numbers. So when you make the arrest, they can, well, this is the money we gave them. So some of this money matched the serial numbers that was in the bank. Last week, Beauchamp was indicted in federal court for a previous drug charge when his case went to court. Then Judge Ebony Johnson Rose set his bond at $890,000. The investigative unit spoke to Judge Rose, asking why a bond would be set again when he was already out on 2 other bonds. And Judge Rose said judicial canons prohibit her from talking about a pending case before her. Despite him getting another bond, he currently remains in jail on a federal hold. His criminal history dates back all the way to the 1980s. So this guy, this piece of shit, was out on 2 bonds for selling drugs. Just got rearrested again for selling drugs. And they gave him a bond. I mean, at some point, I know it's constitutional right to have a bond and stuff, but at some point, there's got to be some way they can list him as some kind of menace to society or something like that. And at least he ain't killed nobody yet, right? But well, I'm sure he's killed people with drugs, but I mean, they don't know how much more money this guy's got stashed around there. So there's a good chance he might get bonded out again. Hopefully they lock him up for like 60 or 70 years. See, Brady is back. I didn't know you left. Oh, hold on a minute. Here we go. Hey, Freebird.
Hey, man.
We are live.
What's up? We're live?
Yes.
Okay, what's up? Can they hear me?
Yes, they can hear you.
Free birds in the house for a few minutes.
We were. I was calling you to find out the update on Lola.
We got home at about 6:15. She's laying here on the pallet. She's sleeping.
How she's being?
So she's good. I mean, huh?
She's walking. I mean, she's doing
No. She won't start walking until a couple of weeks. They're saying till the swelling in her spine goes down. Now, how quick that is, I don't know.
It ain't. You just could have got that jumping off the couch or something, I guess, huh?
What's that?
I said she could have just hurt herself jumping off the couch or something.
It could have been. It could have been, and we've got her some medicine in case she has a bacterial infection in her spine. So we don't know that either. The CT scan doesn't show that.
Okay. Well, we were talking about it, and I was doing a live show, and I said, let me call and check, because I know she was supposed to come home today, but I hadn't.
Yeah, we got there at 4, and we didn't get here. We didn't get back to the house till 6, because she's got like 4 or 5 medications. They had to show me how to do her bladder, in case she can't, I ain't going to get into all of that, but
I know what you're talking about.
I got to manually do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do for them little pets.
I know, man. It's like a kid. So I think I'm going to take her next week like Carlos did. I'm going to take her to get some acupuncture next week.
Oh, Carlos got some acupuncture?
I asked, well, he had taken his dog and did the same thing. So, because his dog, his back legs wasn't working.
Did it help the dog?
He said a couple of days, 2 or 3 days later, he said dog running around in the yard like he was a new puppy.
Really? Is that like a Mexican thing?
I don't know. But I am going to take her. I'm going to take her next week. I mean, it can't hurt, because I asked the doctor. I said, "Can I take her for some acupuncture?" So she's like, "By all means."
Well, good deal.
And I said, "How soon?" She said, whenever." So, I mean, hey, man, I believe in that acupuncture and that Chinese medicine, bro. I always have, and I mean, that shit ain't been around 1,000 years for nothing.
Yeah, can't hurt nothing anyway.
Can't hurt nothing. So
Go back. We just want.
that's where we at. She's resting, and T-Bird's cooking us a pizza.
Did she make it or was it frozen?
No. Well, she just got back. She went and got a little open crate for her because they don't want her moving around.
Okay, I got it.
So we got that covered. T-Bird went and got me a crate.
Well, good deal. We didn't know if y'all were out partying or not.
No, it's gonna be a couple weeks before we can go out partying.
All right, buddy. Well, you go back and I'll holler at you later.
Okay, yeah, holler at me because my neighbor come over. He had to come over and get some whiskey.
Oh, yes, we need to talk about that.
Yeah. Call me. All right.
Bye.
All right, bye.
All righty, everybody. Well, that's good news. Hearing from Freebird and T-Bird eating some pizza with Lola, feeling better. And I hope her little husband don't try to play with her because the other little male dog there, they're peas in the pod and they're always playing with each other. So, at least she's there. So, we're going to move on to a convicted felon. David, hello. Thank you. Appreciate it. I try to do good shows. Sometimes I wonder. Just do my best. Excuse me a minute. My wife is on her way home. I'm going to respond back to her. Just drive safe, like I always do. All righty, let's get on to this next story. Oh, I don't know. I must have missed that one. So we're going to skip that convicted felon one. I had sent one to the wrong place. Did y'all hear me the other day? I was talking about the horses that got kidnapped. I mean, kidnapped. They were stolen. Horses were stolen, and they got some back. And one of the horses had been injured, and it ended up they had to put one of the horses down. They did make some arrests in that. We're going to talk about that. And then this one here, I talked about quite a few weeks back. They found a horse. Somebody was riding a horse on Southern College campus. That's a historical black college, HBC. And the horse or something fell in a hole, and they just left the horse there. It was stuck, or it broke its leg. They just left the horse. But anyway, the horse died right there in front of like the student union. Horrible situation. Y'all should know how I am about animals and stuff like that. They did find out who did it. It was a teenager is the one that did it. And it was in February. They filed an arrest warrant Wednesday. His name is Jeremiah Mitchell at 17. To me, that's not a teenager. I wish they'd changed the law back to 17. You got charged as an adult. I think it's stupid that they changed it because anyway, he rode the horse on the campus without permission. This happened back on February 6th. That's how long ago it was. They got stuck in a hole in front of the university's law center, not the student union. I'm sorry. The animal collapsed, and he was seen trying to get the horse back up before he ran off, leaving it behind. The horse reportedly fell on the ground several minutes before it finally died. And he never returned. They had to use a crane to load the horse into a dump truck and remove it. They were later able to identify Mitchell as the horse's owner, and the arrest warrant was drafted on campus. So at least they know who he is. His ass will be charged, and hopefully, he's a fucking 17. He's not going to end up in prison. If he does go to jail, he'll get out in just a couple of years or whatever because they got him classed as a juvenile. So unfortunately, some people should not be allowed to own animals, period. Like ever. He should never be allowed to own another animal again. This is your horse, is your pet. If it was his and it wasn't stolen, and he just left it to die. I mean, what kind of piece of crap is that? Now, this next story right here, if Brady is still here, this one may upset Brady. I hope it don't upset Brady, and this might upset Roy P. also if he was in here. They've had several businesses. Okay, Brady, don't get upset. No crying or nothing with this story. Okay, this one's for you. They shut down multiple businesses in Baton Rouge this past week. Okay, they say they're continuing the investigation. Okay, I'm glad you're not a snowflake, but they closed down a whole bunch of massage parlors in Baton Rouge, in East Baton Rouge Parish this past week, for prostitution. Like a whole little ring of them. I want to know if did they have undercover guys in there, and like they're like, oh, me. I mean, who does the undercover? Anyway, they seized thousands of dollars from multiple massage parlors last month. Several business owners around those massage parlors say they were some obvious signs of illegal activity. Hey, who don't like a happy ending, right? He said they often saw lingerie hanging up outside in the back of the building of these massage parlors. They would see girls get in and out of cabs with big coats on. 2 men are already in jail accused of pandering and promoting prostitution. According to an arrest warrant, I'm sure this isn't how you pronounce it. Yeah, shut down. I think they should legalize prostitution. I'll talk about that in a minute. This guy here, yes, the massage parlor, Brady. This guy's here. Like I said, I'm probably not pronouncing it right. They arrested Hung Weng, like it's Wing at Weng. It's like Hung Weng, great name for pimp, right? And Ku Ho were seen multiple times at different parlors, dropping off and picking up girls. A tracking device was placed on the car of one of the alleged accomplices. Detectives said that that shows him going back and forth to the New Orleans airport and to different massage parlors. So it's probably got a little human trafficking going on here. So, I mean, some of these girls might not be wanting to do this. And, we got your passport and you're going to do this until you pay us off. Stuff like that kind of stuff actually does happen. The warrant states that detectives went undercover several different times to different parlors and were offered sexual service in exchange for cash, which they extremely enjoyed. No, it didn't say that. You're not allowed to partake into sexual activity. You have to say, oh, no, thanks. But they were offered it because, you just can't, be getting a hand job and then arresting people for it. The parlors advertise their services on a special website. More arrests are expected. Many of the parlors that were closed on Wednesday were also closed last year when another raid happened. Wang was arrested alongside 2 other people at that time. So he got arrested about a year or so ago when they were doing the same thing. He probably bonded out or whatever, and he's just back to pimp business going on. He did not, at the time, he told the sheriff's office he did not know about the prostitution, but was paid to transport female masseuses. He's the pimp. And he probably thought, no speaking no English. It's unclear why the parlors remained open, but the district attorney's office say that case was resolved without a trial. That means they knocked it down in misdemeanors and made them pay a fine and back to business. Here's a list of parlors and the what they seized. So Brady, get your pen out so you can't. These might be closed right now. The Wonderful Land Massage on O'Neill Lane. They got $540 cash and some financial records. The B&B Spa on O'Neill Lane. Now this how close these are. We have the Wonderful Land was at 712 O'Neill Lane. The B&B was at 804 O'Neill Lane. That's like damn near next door to each other. The D&C, was that like Dick and Cunt Massage? It was also on O'Neill Lane. They got $8,743 cash and some financial record. They got the New Fusion on Coursey Boulevard. They got $3,130 cash and a DVR and some financial records. So I hope you didn't go to that one, Brady. You may be on digital recording on that one. The Rainbow Spa on Airline Highway. They got $2,175 cash. More video footage. The Wellness Spa on Bluebonnet, $2,800 cash and a video footage. The All Natural Spa on Jefferson Highway, they had $909 cash and more video footage. The Enjoy Spa on Jefferson Highway, like right up the road from the other one, $4,600 cash, and an apartment on Forest Grove at $2,500 cash, and another apartment on Newcastle Drive, and they had $18,906 cash in that one. They reached out to the State Board for Massage Therapy for more information, and they got the big fuck you. We ain't giving you no information. They didn't respond back. I don't know if they said that or not. But they have arrested the massage parlors. Oh, he said the B&B was your favorite. Brady did, and he says he asked him to record it for his OnlyFans. I'm sure you did. When David was saying earlier and shut down the crack houses instead. I don't know if I've ever said it on here before. I mean, I understand. I have two options. I have two things. It's like I think they should figure out a way to legalize prostitution, just like they do over there in Nevada or whatever. Because if you think about it, and this may piss people off, may not. I don't know. This is how my fucking mind thinks. Okay. If I was single and I went on a date with a girl, okay, and let's say I pay for a night out on the town, night drinks, a show, a good place to eat, I could spend anywhere between $200 to $500 easily on just a date. And I have of course, all men, they have the expectation is they want a little something to happen afterwards, even if it don't happen. But let's say it does happen. So basically you paid for it, right? They're just taking out all the middle work out of it, where you don't have to spend all the time doing it. So that's why I think they should legalize it. They need to figure out a way to legalize it, because on the bad part side of it, it also has the human trafficking side of it. Like I'm sure a lot of these Asian women are probably being trafficked. They say, oh yeah, we'll bring you to the United States, and they keep them and they forced labor. They're basically slavery. They're made to do it. So they'd probably be told they were coming over here to be a model or something like that. So they'd have to, I guess it would be tricky. They have to figure out a way to do it where you keep the humans trafficking out of it. Because Jojo says human trafficking is horrible, and it's very horrible. So that's the only part of that. Why the legalization? If they have to legalize it, you have to have get a license and medical exams. It'd probably be very costly. So then what they were doing would still be illegal if it wasn't a legal place. So I'm sure there's a way. It's not going to happen around here anytime soon. That's just my thoughts on it anyway. I may just be. I think it would make it safe for a lot of the workers. So, well, it ain't like I said. We don't even have. We got medical marijuana here, which is, but we don't even have legal weed here yet, like in some places. I watch. I haven't had the opportunity in this past week, but Aaron All Nighter, he has Fall River experience up in Massachusetts, and basically talks about Fall River stuff. In Massachusetts, weed's legal. They got regular, just recreational dispensaries and stuff around. So, I think it's a great income, too. People smoke it. Fuck, I can drive down the road and smell weed every day. They're going to smoke it. Well, why not make tax money off of it? Stop taxing my check. Make my personal income tax lower and tax the fuck out of weed. You could put 200% tax on weed. I guarantee you, motherfuckers are going to buy it. They still buy cigarettes, and cigarettes are freaking like $8, $9 a pack now. When I stopped smoking cigarettes, they were like $3 a pack. When I stopped, I'm glad I stopped smoking cigarettes, because, like I said, they're up to like $9 a pack now, and people still buying them. So it's not like it's gonna like that, they're not going to buy them. I don't know why I put this up. Oh, yeah. This next story here is kind of these two people right here, y'all can, the young lady and the little girl. There's a whole bunch of cameras going up in Baton Rouge. There's also a whole bunch of cameras going up in $14 a pack in New York. David said, that's just crazy. I'm so glad. I vape. I still vape. I got my mod right here. I make my own juice though. I buy all the stuff and I make it myself, and I'm basically no nicotine. Jesus Christ, JoJo. David, Australia's got you beat, buddy. She says, I need to quit because it cost her $50 for a pack of 20 cigarettes. 50 freaking, oh my God. I guarantee you I wouldn't let nobody, can I bum a cigarette off of you? No. Jesus Christ. You just got me at sticker shock. So, wow. Thought New York was expensive. Wow. Yeah, obviously. All right, Brady. Yeah, I'm always smiling. You know that. We'll have to catch up and go eat lunch one of these days. You're not busy. Just hit me up or something, or if you see me, stop me, and I'll get my phone number from GW or Earl. All right, buddy. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of cameras going up around Baton Rouge. There's some going up in Iberville Parish also. Cameras going up everywhere. I don't know how some people don't like them. They feel it's like Big Brother watching them, invasion of their privacy or whatever. Whenever you're out in general public, and before I talk about the story, whenever you're out in general public area, you don't have no expectation of privacy. You go in a supermarket, you go into the mall, anywhere, private business, they got, banks, all these businesses now. I mean, everybody's got cameras on their stuff. So, I mean, and people ring doorbell cameras and all stuff. So everywhere you go, you can assume, that's how I feel. I mean, I just assume that I'm being videoed, everywhere I go. Hell, cops have cameras. I mean, everybody's got cell phones with cameras on them now, and I just assume everything is yeah, exactly. JoJo said, if you're not doing anything wrong, it won't be a problem. But I mean, everybody's got cameras everywhere. So I mean, but if they're not putting cameras in your personal house or nothing like that. You still have your personal, your expectation of privacy. It's just like I don't know about other places like here in Louisiana. I think it's everywhere. I'm not sure though, but if you take your garbage out and put it in your trash can, and you bring your trash can out to the road, I do not need a warrant to go and take all your garbage out of your trash can and go dig through everything in your garbage. I do not need a warrant. I didn't break any laws or nothing like that. Because once you put that trash out by the curb, you gave up all your expectation of privacy. That's why they say you're supposed to shred your mail and documents. Because once it hits the roadside, it's free game for anybody. I mean, I'll tell you the truth. Out here, like out where I live, they I call them road treasures or whatever. If I don't want something like an old refrigerator that's broke, or something like that, like something heavy that's metal and stuff like that, I will go put it by the road. And especially if it's metal and it's got some weight to it, I guarantee you it won't be out there 6 hours. It'll be gone. We'll call them, somebody will see it and stop and pick it up. For simple, they got people that do their scrap metals. Some people work on that stuff. I got 2 lawnmowers I'm about to put on Facebook and Marketplace. If anybody here that knows where I live and knows I am on here watching, I'm about to put two lawnmowers on Facebook and Marketplace for free. You just got to come get them. One of them they say it needs a new engine. If you're a mechanic, you can probably fix it. The whole deck has been rebuilt. It broke the day after I got it back out of the shop. But $1,200 on the deck of this 420 Grasshopper lawnmower. If you go buy this lawnmower brand new, it's like $10,000. It needs a new engine, which would cost me about $4,000. Not doing it. I'm just going to give it away. Brand spanking new deck on it. So that's what I'm about to do. They don't have our big Yeah. But anyway, they're putting up these cameras. These two individuals right here, this girl and this little child right here, they were both murdered recently in Baton Rouge City. They call it the Paige Rice Camera Initiative. They launched it last year. This is this little boy. I'm sorry, 3-year-old Devin Page Jr. and LSU student Allie Rice. They were both shot and killed, and both of their murders are still unsolved. And it's part of an initiative they did because of that. This young lady right here was sitting at a railroad track out by LSU, and she's an LSU student. Somebody just came up and just like killed her, dead. This little boy was, I think, in his bedroom, and a stray bullet from a drive-by come by and killed him. So, if like I said, if you're it's extremely senseless. But if you're not doing nothing wrong, you don't care. I don't care. I mean, me being in law enforcement, I mean, you got them auditor people. They come around with their cameras filming this, and everybody wants to film us and do this. I mean, I don't care. Film me. I film myself. I don't care. I'm not doing anything wrong. Only people that care that if they're being filmed are the ones doing something wrong. They have license plate recognition cameras all up and down the interstates and all over the place now that can track you all the way down the interstate and just read your license plates and with information and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's shit everywhere now. It's just the way the world is. I mean, you could be in somebody's picture they were taking. Everybody, nowadays, especially, these younger generations, they're always taking pictures of themselves. Might have filters on them, kind of like this, but my filter don't try to make me look better. Hell, I think this probably makes me look worse. I don't know. When y'all see me in real, maybe I'll say, like, put the filter back on. Shit, we didn't realize you were that ugly. But, I mean, I think it'll be a good thing, especially if it deters crime, which I don't even think it'll deter crime. A lot of places that have cameras, they found that it don't deter the crime. It just makes it a little easier to catch the people that did the crime. This next one, I have a little video, and that's good because I need to take a little sippity sip of the drink because my mouth's getting dry. Let's watch the first one.
Police officer is on
That's
leave in
not
jail accused of shooting a man in Denham Springs.
Third child has died from exposure to fentanyl. Activists in Baton Rouge are pushing for awareness.
We're not going to tolerate it. That enough is enough.
Thursday, police arrested Tiffany Thomason on one account of negligent homicide after the coroner determined that her child, Solomon Thomason, died from accidental overdose of fentanyl. This is the third fentanyl-related death involving a child in Baton Rouge. Minister and activist Tanja Miles says it's 3 too many.
It happened to be the third, young person, or the third, kid, a toddler in our community in the last, less than 12 months, who've died by a fentanyl overdose. And we need to be outraged by that.
On January 27th, officers were called to a home on West Johnson Street in regards to an unresponsive infant. The infant was taken to Our Lady of the Lake Hospital, where it died. We learned from the East Baton Rouge coroner that baby Solomon had over 5 times the fatal amount of fentanyl in his system. When she learned of her son's accidental overdose, Thomason said that her sister had died of an overdose last year. She also says that she had gotten her sister's things out of storage and her son may have gotten a hold of the substance from there. Police say they are facing an ongoing...
If you know your sister's a dope head, the lady could be telling the truth. I think she's fucking lying. Okay, it's my opinion. If I'm getting, how much her sister was a dope head? I'm guaranteed she didn't have that much stuff. And why would you, if you were bringing her stuff in, why wouldn't you check it if you knew she was a dope head? And trust me, dope heads just don't have fentanyl just laying around. If they have it, they're going to use it. If they have any drugs, they're going to use it. I think this mom needs to be drug tested to see if she has anything in her system. It was probably her drugs. We've had 3 kids in this area, 3 of them, in less than a 12-month span that have died from overdoses from this shit. And, some people, drug addiction, it's a sickness and all that. you still make the choice every single day you get up to put them drugs in your system, okay? Yeah, it's hard to quit, just like it's hard to quit smoking. I quit smoking cigarettes. You know, I know people that are alcoholics, they quit drinking. It's hard. I'm not giving anybody that has an addiction, I'm not just saying, you know, it's bullshit, but it is hard, okay? I get that. But you know what? It's still your choice. Are you willing to fight and get off of it? Or are you just going to keep giving in and keep using excuses? Because that's what I hear a lot of times. I'll talk about it another time. I've been through an addiction problem. I didn't have the addiction problem, but that'll be a Patreon episode. If you want to hear about that, you have to join a Patreon. But anyway, I believe they need to drug test this woman. I'm willing to bet that it's her drugs. I'm calling bullshit.
Battle with the deadly drug.
It's a battle that all of us are fighting. Not only law enforcement, the coroner's office, you know, doctors that are out there prescribing, and then for those users who are having an issue with chemical dependency. So it's a struggle all the way around.
He's being a little nicer to me about it, but he has to. That's why I'm not. I guess that's why. Yeah. Not the face on a department.
If you or someone you know is dealing with an addiction to fentanyl, reach out to whenyouareadybr.com or contact the 988 crisis hotline.
Anyway, that's that one. I think the woman did. People even these dopeheads need to pay attention to fucking drugs, killing these babies. These babies don't have no choice in it, none whatsoever. And it's just wrong. I just hate seeing little children hurt like that. I mean, if y'all know, I went to college to be a mortician. That's why I stopped doing that job, because I got tired of embalming children. So yeah, let's go to the next one. We've got the next one on video also. A little synopsis on it is this is another fentanyl one, I believe. This lady here, we'll see. Some people may think I'm heartless on this one, but I'm just how I feel.
Is the face of heartache after losing 3 children to deadly drug overdoses.
Tonight, she is in the fight of her life, pressing for change. She spoke to Chris Nakamoto in the investigative unit about her efforts to make meaningful reforms.
Sylvia Michael, Pam Rivas has experienced loss that no parent should ever have to go through. 3 of her children dead from drugs, 2 from fentanyl overdoses.
Okay, stopped it quick. Stopped 22 seconds into it. You got three. All 3 of your kids, all of them died from drug overdoses. Come on now. I mean, I believe they died from drug overdoses, but I mean, 3. You don't see a problem going on here? I mean, what type of lifestyle did you live growing up? I mean, all 3 of your kids? Let's keep listening. I'm just saying.
Tonight, she's pressing for laws to change and begging leaders at the state.
Got to stop again already. Laws. They already have laws against using this drug. It's illegal. One of them died from heroin. So they already have laws. Laws are not, they have laws against murder. Does that stop people from killing each other? Hell no. They already have laws against illegal drugs. Does that stop people from using illegal drugs? No. Laws are not going to fix this. The only thing that's going to fix this is people to stop putting this shit in their body. You have to make a choice. These people made a choice. They're choosing to put this in their body. So.
And local levels to do something.
As long as we ask God and ask Jesus to come into our heart and be our Lord and Savior, our kingdom is up there waiting for us.
This TikTok video of Sean Rivas talking about his love of God is the last video Pam Rivas has of her child. His body was found near a home on Ford Street 3 weeks after he went missing in 2021.
You've got to put a stop.
I don't know if y'all saw that or not. Let me back it up, okay? Because I know some of y'all may be on phone. Right here, right above my head. See that big blurred out spot right there? Yeah, that would be him. Okay, that would be him. Look at all this right here.
In 2021,
you've got to put a stop to these dealers.
Hakeem Allen was arrested accused of
Let me go back.
Hakeem Allen.
That woman, yeah, okay, she's a drug dealer. But you know what? If people aren't using the drugs, you don't have drug dealers. They go out of business. I believe she was charged. Because you can be charged for murder if you give somebody drugs and they overdose and die from it. Excuse me, my water and my allergies killing me. But let's put blame where it's at too. It's not just the drug dealer's fault. It's the person that's buying it and putting. Nobody forced them to take these drugs.
Was arrested accused of supplying the streets of Baton Rouge with deadly fentanyl last October. The investigation began after Sean Rivas's death. According to the East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office, the small neighborhood church on Page Street was also a hot spot for dealing dangerous drugs like fentanyl. After a month,
go to church, get high, right? A little ridiculous. Look at all that money. Just see all that drugs and shit in that other part of it right here. Look at it. Guns.
fentanyl. After a months-long investigation, a drug task force narrowed in on 27-year-old Hakeem Allen.
I lost 2 children in July of 2021, both to fentanyl. My daughter Danielle on July the 3rd from heroin that was laced with fentanyl. And then 3 weeks later, my son Sean died from 120 milligrams of fentanyl poisoning, which is what it is. It's poisoning.
This is Sean Rivas.
Who put the poison in him? Somebody hold him down and stick the poison in him? I feel sorry for the lady. Some. I mean, I hate for anybody to lose their children. I can't even imagine how that must feel, but let's put the blame where the blame goes. They chose to put the drugs inside their body. So, I guarantee this ain't what he looked like at the point in his life where he was using all them drugs.
Who died from fentanyl. This is her daughter Danielle, who also died from fentanyl. And this is her 3rd child, Matthew, who died of a drug overdose in 2006 from methadone.
How do you process that, losing 3 kids to drugs?
It's one of those things that I can't really put into words, Chris. There really aren't any words to describe what you go through as a parent when a child that you've carried in your womb and you've nursed on your breast and you've changed their diapers and you've been to their soccer games just dies. You can't explain it to anybody. It's something that you have to walk through. And it's a living hell on earth, and it's something that I would not want anyone else to ever have to experience.
Rivas is now focusing her energy to reform efforts, hoping that her story will save other people's lives.
I've taken my loss, my pain, and my anger, and I've channeled it into trying to make a difference in my community, to try to stop this from happening to other people.
Last year, 100,000 people died of a fentanyl overdose in America. Baton Rouge had 291 deaths.
It's murder at the hands of these dealers.
At the end of February, the parish was up to 39 deaths.
My faith.
Died of a fentanyl overdose.
Hit the wrong button. Explain something to, especially civilians and stuff that haven't had to deal with it. I've dealt with it a few times. You get there. Hell, one time I actually thought they were dead. They were that close, and they get brought back with Narcan, and they fight you. They pissed off. Well, why are they pissed off? You just saved their life. They're pissed off because you fucked their high up. Because what the Narcan does is completely nullify the opiates, and you just fucked their high up. We had one. They brought him to the hospital. This dude, we thought he was milliseconds away from being fucking dead. I'm talking like, I'm not joking. by the time they fucking Narcan him like 3 or 4 times. They get him to the hospital. Well, now he's fucking stone cold sober. This dude jumped out the ambulance when he got to the hospital and took off running and ran off. Where? I'm sure he was going to look for more drugs.
In America, Baton Rouge had 291 deaths.
It's murder at the hands of these dealers.
At the end of February, the parish was up to 39 deaths, with many more pending toxic.
See that shit right there? That's the problem there. That shit looks like candy, don't it? Looks like fucking Skittles. This is where you come with the children problem. They think it's candy.
Tests. Rivas's push for reform has her meeting with lawmakers at the Capitol in hopes of stiffening penalties.
He would buy prescription pain medicine off the street.
And comes after East Baton Rouge sheriff's detectives arrested a suspected prolific drug dealer.
That's the guy we talked about earlier. Mr. The prolific drug dealer.
Who's accused of supplying the streets
3 times.
When Frank Beecham was arrested last month, he was already out on 2 other bonds, accused of doing the same thing.
The way that I digest it is my faith, is that I've had to just trust the deaths of my kids to God. I believe that, that He's going to birth something good for the benefit of other people through it.
This upcoming session, law enforcement and other stakeholders are hoping to champion some legislation creating stiffer penalties.
Again, I feel sorry for the lady, but no one forced her 3 children to put these drugs in their bodies. But she's like, I guess it makes it easier for her. I guess I can understand for her to blame the drug dealers and not her children who are putting the drugs in their system. But we already have a shit ton of laws. Laws are not going to stop this. We have laws against murder. People still shooting each other every day. There's a lot more laws. It's not going to fix it. I tell you what would help it and slow it down. Even though I don't like talking about that on here. Shut the fucking border down. Stop letting all the shit come in, because they're bringing in fucking drugs by the ton. And it's just going to get worse. You want to fix it? Fix the border. Fix it where it's coming in at. This next one here, we have a cop from St. Gabriel Police Department. He's most like, of course, everybody's innocent until proven guilty, right? He allegedly shot and killed a fella, and not on duty. And he's probably gonna never see daylight again outside of prison cell. But I'll let y'all watch the little video, and then we'll talk about it.
A police officer is on leave and in jail accused of shooting a man in Denham Springs early this morning.
The Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office's Officer Andre Reddit went into the home where his estranged wife lives, then shot and killed a man who was there. Katie Easter here now with more about what we've learned as this investigation continues.
We will not name Andre Reddit's wife, but court records show she and Reddit have restraining orders against each other. There were no signs Thursday morning of what took place at this Denham Springs home on Arkwood Drive before sunrise. 27-year-old Andre Reddit, a St. Gabriel police officer, was arrested after...
I'll just stop right here for a second. I know this dude. We didn't we wasn't super close friends or nothing like that, but I know the dude. I know his nickname. I've met his wife, his children. Been by his house. Okay, I know this guy. So we're gonna finish listening to it. It's freaking crazy. If you want to hear a whole lot more about this story, about this, you're gonna have to go listen on Patreon, because like I said, I know this dude. So if you want to hear more about it, stuff that hadn't hit the news and stuff yet, join the Patreon, then you'll hear it.
After he allegedly shot 26-year-old Dylan Martin inside. Livingston Parish assessor records show Reddit is the homeowner with his wife, who the sheriff's office describes as being estranged from him. Court records show the two have temporary restraining orders against each other. The sheriff's office says Reddit went into the home without permission a little after midnight, then shot Martin, who was there, quote, visiting. We're told it was a burglar alarm that alerted the sheriff's office to trouble inside. Reddit was arrested by the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office. That happened after he showed up to a hospital with a stab wound he told deputies he received while in his home. Reddit was later taken to the Livingston Parish Jail. He's now on administrative leave from the St. Gabriel Police Department. Chief Kevin Ambo said in a statement, the department has no comment on the situation, but that Reddit is a full-time officer in good standing. Martin's friends and family posted on social media after the news broke. Many were in disbelief.
My mind has just been blown. It's just been like I haven't really been able to wrap my head around it.
They say Martin was a father and a member of the National Guard until he left last year. One of his former members told WBRZ he was an outstanding soldier and was there for every person.
Extremely high-spirited guy, and he definitely was an outstanding leader, outstanding person outside of the military. He'd do anything for you.
WBRZ spoke to Martin in 2019 before he left for Iraq.
Leaving the family for a 9-month apartment, being away from home, anything can happen while we're gone.
Reddit's bond was set at $275,000.
Court records show Reddit's estranged wife filed for a new protective order against him today.
Well, gotta do better, people. They're going to throw the book. He needs the book thrown at him, especially if he's guilty. And anybody does. And domestic stuff. I don't understand. So you and your wife were split up. You're going to get a divorce. Whatever. She got her a new man. You mad about it. You kill somebody. So now you're going to be in prison for the rest of your freaking life, most likely. And guess what? She's going to find a new man. And you're going to be locked up for the rest of your life. And your children are going to grow up knowing what their daddy did. So it's messed up. Especially, being in law enforcement. You should be able to control yourself a little bit better than that. I can understand, Been married a few times. Felt like, you get so mad you feel like killing somebody, but you don't do it. And it's like I said, a whole lot more. I'm going to talk about this one, but it's going to be on the Patreon. So if you want to hear that, you go ahead and join, because just not putting that out for the general ears of the public. This next one here, it's on Edwin Edwards' widowed wife. Was a former, he was a former governor. He passed away. He was in his 90s. Well, his former wife, Trina Edwards, is now engaged to, I think his name's Joe Ilario. If I'm right, let's see. I'm going way slower than I thought. Did I not put the picture or the? Anyway, I think his name's Joe Lario. He was he used to be in politics and stuff like that. This dude used to be my parents' taxes back in the day. I remember meeting this dude when I was a little kid. Stuff like that. But anyway, she is now engaged to him, and people are starting to wonder. So this is a picture of them. Let me find it. I think this is it. This is it? No. Nope. Did I not put the picture of them up? Hold on. Here it is. This is him right there. Y'all see that? This is him. He is, I believe, 75 or 77, somewhere in between there. 75 to 75. I didn't put the story in or say the wrong place. That's him. This is her. She's like 44 years old, 40-something years old. The other dude she is married to, Edwin Edwards, was in his 90s, or close to it, late 80s. She's like, you know, I just have a certain type. I know some women like older guys, but it seems like the older guys she likes are near death. Like old as shit and not going to live that much longer. I think her type is old dudes with a shit ton of money that's not going to live very long, so I can get some money. Because at his age, I'm assuming that he probably taken about 5 Viagra's to get it up. Look at her. I mean, come on now. I mean, look at her. JoJo says she's in love with his mind. No, I believe she's probably in love with his wallet. Because he's probably in love with her assets right here. That's what he's in love with. Come on. Can we just scream gold digger? I mean, she might as well just get fucking gold digger tramp stamped across her fucking ass. My opinion. But that's just my opinion. This next guy right here, this guy, he's the Baton Rouge police are looking for him. He loves the motorboat. Yeah, I'm sure he does. This guy right here, they're looking for him. He was at a grocery store and he walked up to a lady's car, knocked on the window with his shit hanging out. He had his dick and balls hanging out his pants, and of course she screamed for help and he ran off, got in his other car and drove off. So they're looking for him. That is him. He's a pervert. I don't understand men who think, you know, I guess they don't think, but I know some men that like people that send unsolicited dick pics to girls or women and stuff like that. Guys like shit like that. Guys want to see boobs. Guys want to see coochies and stuff like that. Women, I think women in general, probably in the high 90%, they really don't want to see a dick. You know, like, ooh, that's a nice dick. I mean, I just don't see it. And men don't realize that. Men think because they like looking at women's genitalia that women must like looking at men. Not really. I mean, I'm sure they have exceptions, but I believe the majority of women would rather not you send them dick pics. So this guy he skipped completely over the dick pic part, and he was like, "Hey, look, this shit's live action right here. Look at it." But so they're looking for him for obscenity charges, of course. So let's hope they find him before it gets ridiculous. Pun intended on that one. I just made that up out of my head. Make myself so funny sometimes. These next 4 people actually. I've just been going off from memory. We'll read some of this one. See, JoJo says I'm correct. They don't want to see penis. It's just a thing. We got this lady. We got this lady. We got this guy. And we got this guy right here. He's this one way over here. He's still wanting him right here. These other 3 got arrested. What did they get arrested for? There was recently a murder trial that went on. And all these people were in the courtroom while witnesses were giving their testimony. It's a trial. People can go watch. What they did do, though, is they pulled their phones out, which they're not supposed to have, and they must have snuck them in or somehow, and they were filming the witnesses as they were testifying. And then they took that footage and they were posting it online. Why would they do this? Well, the reason they did this is because they posted it online like, you know, oh, look, they're ratting. They're ratting. So they testify, you know, so they put it online, basically putting these people's lives in danger and possibly, hopefully it's good. Oh, we're online testifying, then scare them where they don't want to testify no more, which is a witness intimidation. They got charged for it. I don't know if they're still in jail, if they're out of jail, but these 3 are already in jail. They got a warrant for him. So, just stupidity. The guy did get convicted of murder, second-degree murder. I believe he's going to go away for the rest of his life. And these people here, hopefully they'll get some time for it, because trying to scare people into not telling the truth is ridiculous. And that fucker over there, hopefully they catch him soon, but I'm sure they will, since they know who they are. She says, I am not related to Trenton, if you're wondering. No, you got me confused. I'm not sure who Trenton is. JJ, I missed that joke. You got me lost there. This next guy right here, he just got himself arrested. If he looks young, you would be correct from the zits on his face. This kid, he got arrested. This happened in Livingston Parish. The parents of a high school student who he allegedly. Oh, okay. He said that he allegedly sexually assaulted a classmate, and the parents of the one that was sexually assaulted has filed a lawsuit against the Livingston Parish School Board, alleged that his school did nothing to protect their child or discipline the attacker. The student is accused in the assault. He's 18 years old now. His name is Carson Jones. He was also arrested last month in a rape investigation alongside Kevin Washington, one of the suspects named in the Madison Brooks case. In that case, Jones, he has no ties to the Madison Brooks investigation. I don't know why they brought that up. He's accused of raping an acquaintance after a night at Reggie's Bar in Tigerland back in 2022. The lawsuit was filed Thursday and aims to hold the Livingston Parish School Board and its employee at the Dole High School baseball coach Tim Betty accountable for negligence before and after the incident. According to this is where this shit, because I know y'all probably thinking about the same thing I was thinking, and I was like, what? They have an unidentified baseball player on the Dole High School baseball team that he sexually assaulted he sexually assaulted one of his teammates on the morning of March the 5th, 2022, while they were staying at a hotel for an away game. Both of them were underage at the time, so he was probably 17. The lawsuit explains that Betty and the assistant coach were the only adults in charge of the students, and claims the two should have been awake and supervising them before the game to prevent the sexual battery. Not saying these coaches didn't do anything wrong or did anything right, but you assume that your baseball players aren't fucking each other in the ass. I'm just saying. It's just an assumption that that's what been my assumption, that my baseball players aren't fucking each other in the ass. So they said when so Kelly, yeah, you just did get home, didn't you? Said when the coach learned of the assault, he reportedly went to the school's principal, but neither adult contacted the victim's parents or took disciplinary action against him, the aggressor. The victim told his mother what happened 5 days later after being urged to do so by another grown-up. His parents say they then confronted Dawsey and insisted that Jones should be arrested, and the principal reportedly laughed it off, saying the alleged attacker was the team's best player and that if he was expelled, the entire school would hate their child. What the fuck? Your son, this kid tried to rape another boy. He wanted to stick his penis in his anus. And the principal's like, yeah, but he's a good ball player. We can't get rid of him. Your kid's ass is not that important. There are references videos substantiating claims that Jones would regularly expose himself at school and baseball functions. So he's just like whipping his dick out. Hey, look at my dad. Was he bending over showing his mangina, his tater hole, his asshole? Was he doing that? Saying that nothing was done to address his behavior. Jones was arrested for sexual battery in the Livingston Parish case and is awaiting trial. He has yet to be indicted in the Baton Rouge case. So I don't know, was it a girl he assaulted at the other place? Was he trying to fuck another dude again? Or was he at Splash? I mean, why didn't he go to Splash? That's the cable in Baton Rouge. But anyway, this kid definitely is a sexual predator, and hopefully something gets done with him before he going to try to rape the wrong dude and get his ass whooped is what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. All right, this next one is a little update. I told you about they had 4 horses that got stolen and stuff, and they found one was sick, and we said, hope it's going to be all right. Well, they had to euthanize one of the horses. Come to find out, this is one of the grown-ups that did it. They caught him. His nasty ass got arrested. What is his name? Trayvon Covington. He's 24 years old. They had to euthanize that one horse because it sustained injuries from torture and abuse. So this piece of shit was when they got some juveniles. Of course, they don't mention the 2 juveniles. They have warrants for their arrest. Tortured and hurt this horse where they had to have him put him down. I don't know what this white stuff is in the corner of his mouth. Did he suck the horse's dick? Because he looks a little gay to me. He's a piece of shit. He's hurting animals. He's stealing other people's shit. But he's hurting animals. I hope he gets butt fucked in jail, to tell you the truth about it. Anyway, they got him for simple burglary, 3 counts of livestock theft, attempted theft of livestock, felony theft over $25,000, felony damage to property, 3 counts of contributing to delinquency of juveniles, criminal trespassing, and animal cruelty. They say the juveniles were also arrested. No, they got the juveniles in connection with the thefts. The 3rd juvenile has been identified, and a warrant has been put out for him. Fuck this dude. I can't stand motherfuckers like that. That horse didn't do shit to him. Yeah, you just be careful what you say. Let me say it. I don't know what sick bastard. If you're going to torture an animal like that, he's just future serial killer or something like that. Throw away the key. Hope he drops the soap numerous times in prison. Had a picture of this? Oh, yeah, I did. This guy right here. This nice fella, he decided to rob some people with a gun. Armed robbery. Carry up to 99 years in prison. I don't know where I put that. Oh, here it is. I don't know where I put that story at again. He robbed a man of $1,100 at gunpoint at an ATM in Dedham Springs, Louisiana. I think it's at a neighbor's bank. Anyway, the man said he saw him walking around, just thought he was walking to the store or something. They were at the machine, I guess, depositing some money, and dude come up and stuck a gun to his face. I think they were at the ATM there is actually in a drive-through. They drove off. They just drove off. They left the card and the money there. So he took it, gave a clothing description. They did catch the kid a little less than a mile away at a fucking taco restaurant up the road. And they arrested him. Well, didn't put up a fight or nothing like that. And hopefully he goes to prison. Like I said, I doubt they give him 99 years because the judicial system don't do shit like that. Especially if it's his first offense. They won't do it. Even though he needs to go to prison. And I can't stand people that rob people of other people's shit. You don't go work for it. Yeah, you're dead right. It's something just don't click with some people. Maybe his mom and his dad were cousins or brother and sister or something. I don't know. Who knows? This next one we have, unfortunately, we had another. These happened just a couple days apart from each other. We had another cop arrested. I mean, we're already in a microscope, people. And I don't understand why some people just don't think. These are grown ass men. I mean, not like they're kids. Anyway, this one come out of the sheriff's office in Livingston. They arrested and fired one of their detectives after the department received a complaint about harassment over a telephone. The sheriff's office said they arrested a deputy, Danny Major Jr., on a charge of improper telephone communication. The sheriff did not say much about the investigation, but said he was making harassing phone calls. He was a detective in the property crimes division and he's been working there since 2017. If a girl breaks up with you or she don't want to talk to you or something like that, I mean, take the hint. Does your ego get hurt that badly? Are you that weak-minded? I mean, that you're gonna keep harassing somebody? And do you think that if she don't, a female or male, whoever, you could be a female doing it too. If they already don't want nothing to do with you, do you think harassing them is gonna help the matter any? Really? Or does it just make you look crazy? So, the stuff he did, I mean, it's a misdemeanor, but some departments, they're not gonna put up with no shit nowadays. Can't blame them. So, this guy just basically blew his fucking career up because he couldn't stop harassing a person over the phone. I mean, come on. Especially the way phones are. I mean, they can pull up every time you fucking made a call to them and stuff like that and leave especially if you left message or text message. You were a detective? Come on, dude. That we all have to do better. That it's just ridiculous. Come on, people. This lovely lady right here, sarcasm intended again. I don't think she's. I'm sure somebody thinks she's pretty. I don't think she's very pretty. She isn't. Now we just heard that the guy that was already out on 2 bonds, right? He was out on 2 bonds, got arrested again for a third time selling like shit ton of drugs, right? His bond was like $850,000, right? This lady right here, you know what her bond is? Her bond is $18 million. She's an $18 million bond. So did she go on a mass shooting or something like that? Did she kill anybody? No, she didn't kill anyone. She got a whole bunch of criminal charges of financial crimes against her, but she didn't kill nobody. $18 million. This dude was like selling, this motherfucker was like the Scarface of fucking Baton Rouge, and his shit ain't even $1 million. Of course, we're looking at Tangipahoa Parish versus Baton Rouge. This happened in Hammond, Louisiana, which is in Tangipahoa Parish. So she was arrested and booked on a bond over $18 million for 800 criminal counts after she allegedly used her aunt's debit card to spend thousands of dollars on food and groceries. I mean, the bitch was hungry. She's hungry. Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Office said deputies arrested Malie Morris, 31 years old, after a lengthy investigation. She's accused of using her 73-year-old aunt's card to spend $12,000. That's why I only have one credit card for emergency purposes. It only has like $1,500 limit on it. That's it. So if somebody gets it, you ain't gonna spend no $12,000. All you gonna get is all you getting is what's on it. $12,000 through DoorDash and several other places she spent that much money between November 22nd and January 23rd. So is that 3 or 4 months? She was arrested for 136 counts each of identity theft, bank fraud, computer fraud, felony theft, access device fraud, and exploitation of the infirm for a total of 816 counts. She was booked into the Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Office on an $18,360,000 bond. Do y'all take credit cards? Because my aunt's got a pretty good limit on it. She could just, I don't think they'll take it. It sounds like, excuse me. It sounds like she, her aunt's probably an elderly woman, and she was probably supposed to be helping take care of her, and took advantage of her. But it's $12,000 basically she stole, and you got her on jail and an $18 million bond. You got motherfucking murderers that don't get that shit. That's fucking crazy. She said the system's been broke. Yes, it's broken. And yes, she's another one. Roy probably wouldn't even date her because if she got a hold of his card, she would just bankrupt his fucking ass. Then we had a homeowner in Baton Rouge that was recently arrested. This one kind of, you can't fire warning shots, people. It's happened in Baton Rouge. Deputies arrested a homeowner for negligent injuring after he fired a warning shot into the ground near an intruder, and the bullet ricocheted and struck the other man. So if you have an intruder, and fuck that dude. According to East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office, the man showed up at the residence on Burbank Drive Wednesday evening, unannounced and uninvited. He got into a verbal fight with the homeowner, which turned physical, at which point the homeowner fired a gun into the brick walkway. Shrapnel from the bullet struck the intruder in the foot. His injuries were not life-threatening. Both men told deputies the homeowner was not trying to shoot the intruder. The homeowner was arrested for negligent injuring. The man was cited for simple battery. I think it's bullshit. This guy came over there unwanted. He's uninvited. He's on my property. He's fighting me. I mean, at least he didn't shoot the dude. The guy's like, yeah, he wasn't trying to shoot me. It was an accident. This is the guy I was just fighting with. So they friends and got in an argument or something like that. I mean, something's up, because usually when you shoot a warning shot at somebody and they come to your house and you're fighting with them, they're not going to no, it was an accident. He wasn't trying to shoot me. So I'm thinking these dudes two need to know each other. But don't wound the intruders. Kill them. That's all I got to say. This next one here is the last story. I'm almost at an hour and a half. Let's see. This lady right here. She's an attractive young lady. Not a bad looking young lady, is she? Nope. I don't think so anyway. I think she's a decent looking young girl. So compared on criminals. But obviously, she's not fucking very smart. Okay? She's not smart. She's arrested. Roy might try to bond her out. But what did she get arrested for? She is allegedly an accused. She's accused of being tied to dozens of thefts totaling thousands of dollars, and she was arrested Wednesday. Her name is Morgan Deserone or something like that. She is 20 years old. She is tied to multiple thefts from in and around Baton Rouge. The first theft, the documents report, is from Nordstrom in the Mall of Louisiana in early December. Officers say that she, along with four other girls, two identified as Tawana and Joshua, same last name as hers, stole approximately $1,100 worth of merchandise. Police also say that between December 26th and December 30th, the five entered a DSW show store outside the mall and stole another $1,000 worth of brand name shoes on 3 separate occasions. They must wear a lot of shoes. Each time when the employees attempted to stop them, they threatened them with violence. Leave me alone, I'll beat your ass. According to BRPD's investigation, officers found the group was allegedly tied to different thefts at Walmart and on Old Hammond Highway from December 31st. The group was also arrested in Gonzales on January 4th for felony theft charges. Police said the group has been allegedly tied to dozens of charges. That's like their little gang of thieves. They would just run around taking shit whenever they wanted to. She was arrested through BRPD for 4 counts of organized retail theft between $5,000 and $25,000, as well as 2 counts of simple robbery. They have not said if the other 4 people involved have been arrested. One of the stores, they hit the same store 3 times in a 5-day period. Or really, I think that was the shoe place. They must have liked them shoes. Not smart, stupid. If you want stuff, young lady, go get a job and earn it. Work for it. Go work for it. Stop stealing people's shit. No, I think some other ones got arrested too. So not the only one, but she's probably I talked about people that were running around stealing stuff before. She was probably in that group. Of thievery, the thievery that was going on. I appreciate everybody joining me on a Friday night, Friday or Saturday morning for some of us, JoJo. Appreciate y'all coming on and listen. Don't forget, if you're a Patreon and you want to get yourself a little lion with the t-shirt, you'll be able to do that till Sunday evening, till the price will go up for Patreon. Other than that, I don't know. If I get a hair up my ass, I may go live again this weekend. I don't know. You never know. I do have. I'm going to, not tonight, tomorrow, even though I'm running late on it. Tomorrow I will be, I plan on doing a live on the end of watch. I won't be, y'all can chat. If y'all come watch it, you can chat in the comments. I'm not even going to put the chat box up where I can see it. But I probably won't even be on screen really. I want to do end of watch live. Trying to do that. And you never know. I don't have any plans this weekend, so you might get more out of me. You may not. Remember, everybody be safe out there. Appreciate y'all. Go like and review, share it. And we're not sheepdogs. We are lions.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be